Bing, bing. There it is. We're live.
We're live. Hello.
Hello.
Happy
Well, we're always live. You just don't always see us. Thank goodness. Thank
Now
goodness.
we're live with you.
Can you imagine being, what was it that, remember Jim Carrey, that movie where he was like, he was on a set and everything he did was on, people would watch him on a TV show.
Yeah, I don't remember the name of that movie, but well, here.
Can you imagine? Oh, that'd be horrible.
Following you around every minute.
That would be horrible. So, welcome everybody. Are people clicked in? I don't see anybody.
I know, I didn't either. That's why I was just talking.
Cindy. Okay.
Well, did you hide? It says, oh, here. Wait a minute. Here we go. They're there. They're there. Yeah.
Okay. Well, once again, I don't see them.
We have 9. 9 out of 16 are here. Look, they're even making notes. Hi, Sue. Hi, Cindy. Hey, guys.
Hello, everybody.
Before I forget, Lisa can't be with us tonight. She is not feeling well, but she wanted me to send a lot of love to everybody. She's thinking about us, and actually I was going to ask if you could send her some love and some healing energy. That would be amazing and very much appreciated.
Mm-hmm. I already texted her that we would tonight send some extra special her way. So while I'm doing my thing, I'll ask for extra for her. That won't take away from any of you.
Right.
We'll just ask for some extra to get to her because she is really having some serious stuff going on.
Not good.
Not good. No. Yeah. Not good. So, but everything happens for a reason, right? So we know that it'll all be okay in the end. Just she's got to deal with this right now.
Yep, gotta rest. So, that Jim Carrey movie was The Truman Show.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ooh. So anyway, so while we are live, thank goodness we don't always have a camera in our face. So, okay. Tonight's topic is karma. So, it should be interesting. I know for myself, I'm always like, people always talk about karma. Oh, that's karma. This happened because of karma. That happened because of karma. And I'm always like, I don't want to live my life based on karma. Like, I want to be able to create my life as I go and not be worried about something from 13 years ago kicking me in the butt now. I don't know. We'll explore it and see what we find out.
I suppose that means, as long as you're doing everything from with an intention of love, you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Right.
But that's what people say, or that's like kind of the thing. Oh, that's karma, and I'm like, yeah, but I was pretty good today. I wasn't mean to anybody today. How come I just got I got smacked around or whatever, You
didn't make anybody cry today?
No. Well, no, when I make somebody cry, it's a good day. I always say that. Because sometimes, a client that hasn't worked with me before, they'll be blubbering or whatever. And, oh, I'm so sorry, 'cause that's fine. And I'm like, no, it's a good day. If I make somebody cry or puke, it's a good day. So, yeah. No, the crying is good. It's a purge. It's a clearing. It's good stuff. And, I don't wear fancy clothes when I'm working because, you just never know. You just never know. And, my clothes are washable. My hair is washable.
Yep.
Because it always, unless I have my hair up, I often get it into my hair. Just this past weekend, somebody's like, oh, I'm so sorry. It's okay. I'm used to it. Okay. Karma. And then this Wednesday, for real, we're going to start the radio show. We had technical problems this past one. We thought we had them resolved ahead of time, but us.
That's right.
It wouldn't be us. We wouldn't be us if we didn't have technical problems. So we think we've got them all straightened out, and so it's exciting. And I hope you guys will be with us on our maiden voyage, because it's not being promoted because it's the first time. So they want to make sure we can kind of make it through without falling on our face. Well, I guess if we fall on our face, that's okay. It's if we don't get up, that's the problem. So it won't be like they won't have advertised it. So the only people that will know about it will be the ones that we tell. So we're hoping that some of you will go on there just to give us a little extra. Do I want to say stress? A little more of a challenge. So be commenting on Facebook so that we have to deal with you and we have to respond, because that's what we're going to be doing when we're doing it for real. Again, it will be live, but it won't be promoted. So, all right, healing. We're already at 8:06, so let's get going. Anybody new on here? If you have any questions, post them now, and Wendy will respond or ask me if she needs to. The healing is simply a matter of me. First of all, I'm going to step off screen so that you don't see me while this is happening. I'm going to step off screen. I'm going to say my prayer because I want to be centered. I want to be grounded. I want to be in as high vibration as I can to allow the energy to flow through me. And as it comes through, it funnels out to all of you. Doesn't matter where you are. Doesn't even matter if you're on this planet, because we have beings that come from elsewhere too. I know that sounds wonky, but it's true. So you, because you want it, you get to receive it. If you want to share it with loved ones, you can have that intention that you want it to be sent to, Aunt Jane out in Timbuktu, or great-great-grandpa that died in a coal mine, and you want to support him, or your dog that you want to bring in the room with you, or maybe an animal that's passed. So basically what I'm saying is you can include anybody you want to, breathing or not breathing, people that you know or don't know. Invite them to share the experience with you. And your experience will be different than the next person's. It will be different than what you had last week. There may be similarities, but pretty much it is what it is each time. You just allow it to flow through you, and your body, your higher self, your innate intelligence, they all know what to do with it. You don't even have to think about it. You don't have to, if you start crying, you don't need to know why you're crying. It doesn't matter. If you want to figure out later, or if you have some clues while you're doing it, that's fine. But if you don't know, that's totally okay too. Just let it go. Just let the energy go. You start giggling. If you have a physical pain, breathe. Just breathe through it. We want you to be taking nice, slow, deep breaths anyway. So if something starts out, just breathe through it. Close your eyes. Have an internal experience. Eternal experience. And what else? Don't be walking around. Please don't be driving. Anything else?
I can't think of anything else.
I might be getting this down. All right, let's go. All right.
Well, that was.
How are you?
I'm okay.
Yeah.
I had, if knowing me, I always have a song, almost always have a song in my head. And I'm not a particularly religious person, but in the beginning of this, I felt like I was being lifted, and I had that song, and I will raise you up, going through my head. That was pretty cool.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
Kind of like
Oh,
the message that I was getting was, this too shall pass.
yeah. Oh, that's just incredible.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
know, God is just so glorious. There's something I'm working on for myself, and this morning I'm going, okay, can we please work on this some more? Please help me. I've got to make progress on this. I open up the prayer book, and the sentence that I'm guided to is exactly an answer to. I'm like, I could not have done this. I could have, it would have taken me forever to search through the book. I just
right.
open the page and bam. I mean, because I kind of, when I open the page, I always like I kind of know where to look, but I just kind of, and it was so perfect. I just started crying. I'm like, oh my gosh, oh my God,
Beautiful.
just incredible. So I hope you all had a good experience. We forgot to say Lisa's favorite thing: no expectations.
Right. Well,
We didn't have Lisa to say that one. But remind me, maybe make a note, Wendy. I did check on Lisa during that healing part, and I got some information that she needs to know.
okay, I'll remind you.
All right.
What did I do with my
All
pen?
right.
We do have one question,
Awesome.
and it is, what is the best way to clear karma in this life?
Well, that's a multiple question, because are we talking clearing karma that you've incurred in this life, or in all lives, or some combination? So let's see. All right, meditation, prayer, centering. Because when you're doing that, when you're sitting centered and meditating and connecting with source, you're raising your vibration. You are increasing the space between your molecules, your atom, and that allows things to fall out of your, let's call it, karmic baggage, karmic bag. I don't know.
Yeah.
To kind of raise yourself up, that you don't need to balance out the lesson from when I don't know, stepped on the puppy's tail when you were 2, which is, I don't know that you would have to do that, but but it clears, it makes space that you are raising. So, because karma, like everything else, is a growing, it's a lesson for us. So by bringing something back around, they're showing, like, so you did something, and then they bring it back around to you, not as a punishment, but so you can see it, so that you can address it and grow from it. So
How about doing something as simple as random acts of kindness that people don't know about, that you don't ever tell anybody about?
those kind of gestures all depend on your frame of mind when you're doing them.
All right. Well,
So that various scriptures and various, they all say similar about the pious, church-going, seemingly very religious person may not be the most spiritual person. It's your intent underneath your actions. Yes, your actions are very powerful, clearly more powerful than your words, but your intent underneath what is carrying those actions has a powerful effect on how they disperse and what they actually do.
So in other words,
how they're going to come back around, that thing we just said about how it's going to come back around to you.
Yeah.
If you do something nice for somebody because you want brownie points, that's going to come back around to you in a different way than if you do something nice for somebody just because.
Something nice, yeah. That's what I was just going to say. Like, doing something from a place of love rather than a place of payback, checks and balances.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that what we said about the meditation, that is one piece of that's not the whole answer. So you know what you have done. If there are things that you regret, feel guilty about, maybe at the time you didn't know any better, which is one nice thing about AA is that you're supposed to go around and ask forgiveness to all the people that you hurt because when you were drinking and making poor choices. That's a very powerful step,
Yeah.
But anyway, so if you know that you've done things, I mean, we all know that we've done what we've done, and you don't have to tell anybody. And this thing about confession, you don't have to. It's between you and God. So you know that you've done. So you have to look at yourself and see, what was it in you, or me? What was it in myself that caused me to behave that way? How can I? Is that cleared? Is that healed? How is that? Where am I in that process? In addition, how change my energy and my. So it's basically going back to that situation and redoing it energetically. The person that it was with, or the house that it was with, or the dog that was with doesn't have to physically be with you, but energetically connect with them and clear that.
Cool. Yeah, the person that asked that said that it was this life, and I think you kind of answered that. And then she wrote lessons and question marks. So I asked her to clarify that a little bit more because that seemed like very broad.
Okay.
So this is connected, I think, to what Diane was talking about, was that if we create bad karma by saying or doing something hurtful to another, does the other person benefit when we take measures to clear the karma?
Of course. Yes. Not only does the other person, but the whole universe. The universe and as a whole benefits. Everything benefits. We're so interconnected. And it is said in scriptures, and so however you want to, scientifically, I don't know that I'm sure that they haven't figured this out, but that words, like bad words, their effect lasts 100 years.
Wow.
You imagine? So when you call somebody something, it's pretty serious. And I want to share something. When my older son, I don't know, he was 3, 4 years old, pretty darn young. And we're driving down the highway, and of course there are all these moronic drivers in my way and doing stupid things. And I am certain that they are unintelligent, uneducated, just moronic people. And I'm saying it. I'm like, and he's like, Mommy, don't say that. I'm like, oh, they can't hear me. And he's like, yes, they can. And that just hit me so hard.
Oh, God, that gives me goosebumps.
I was like, oh my gosh. Out of the mouth of babes, they say. I'm like, oh my gosh, how did he? I mean, he just knew. I mean, he's this little kid. He's like, yes, they can. And so I'm like, okay, I really got to make I've got to make an effort to change my behavior, because that's hurting them, whether I think it is or not, whether it's physically, consciously or not. I'm still hurting them. And why do I want to do that? Maybe they're just having a bad day, or maybe they didn't see me there and cut me off. Maybe they weren't being mean. Maybe they just didn't see me.
Right.
Anyway, so yeah, everybody knows. Okay, lessons. Did she elaborate on the lessons? Otherwise, I'd like to talk about that. Okay. Our existence, not only on this planet, but eternally, is about growth, about advancing towards the light, and everyone is somewhere on that eternal spectrum from dark to light, and we continue, and it's a never-ending thing. We're never going to reach that far end where you become God. Obviously, we are God, and we have God exists in us, through us, but I myself am not God. So in order to develop, yes, prayers and meditations and doing good deeds, but lessons are how we grow. Lessons are how we learn. We test the fire with gold, test the gold with fire. It's precious, but to make it stronger, you test it with fire. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What's uh-oh?
Sorry. I'm watching the chat room here, and Jane said her screen was blank, so I thought, well, I better come over and look at you. I got two different screens here, but you're not blank. That's just her.
Okay. Yeah, when you say uh-oh, then it makes me go uh-oh.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. I'm just like, oh no. Our adventures in technological oopses.
Oh, she's with us now.
Okay, do you have any other questions or comments?
Yeah, okay. Now, when we have challenges in our relationships, let's say, within your own family, okay, mother and child, sometimes can that be a lesson for something that you did?
Often it's already established prior to coming here.
Okay.
Now, that's not what my dad says, though. Whenever I complain about my teenager, I'm like, oh gosh, that is my dad would say, payback's a bitch.
Well, I can give you a specific example because I know that this is about something specific. If that's okay. Okay, mother and son getting along fine. Daughter-in-law, iffy, move away out of state, and then the daughter-in-law cuts off all communication with the family, and the son just goes along with it, and no contact, nothing for years. Is that something that was predestined to work something out from before?
Okay, so as you're sharing that, the son is feeling very isolated. He looks very lonely. Energetically, he would love to be connected with his mother, whether that's conscious or not. I don't see that yet.
Excuse me.
There's something about the mother. The image is, like, I don't know, in a cartoon or something, like they'll have like a, Zeus or somebody will stomp his staff on the ground, and the energy will like go down and explode all over the place.
Yeah.
That's the vision I see of the mother. it feels like she needs to crack open and be bigger. Instead of allowing this to shut her down, she has to allow it to make her bigger. Make sense?
Yes, makes perfect sense.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And the son will feel it. Again, whether or not it reconciles physically, consciously, but he will get it, and he needs it. He's in need of that support that he can get from her. Again, whether or not he consciously, but he's struggling. He's having a hard time. So, Mama, you got to send it to him, even if you can't talk to him. Okay.
All right. Okay.
But the question was about karma. Okay, hold on. Let's see how we can, what that has to do with karma.
Segue.
What?
I said we segue.
Yes, we segued, yes. It does have something to do with some past experience of the both of them. It seems like a case where there was another female in that line, and again, whether it's the earthly line or not, I don't know, but in the female line that did that staff pounding explosion energy, and that benefited this mother that you're talking about now. The son comes off that woman this way, so he's agreed to be in that position.
Okay.
To be the one that requires and would benefit from this person taking on that role.
I got you.
So I guess you can call it karma. I mean, it's something, it's something that came back around, right? I mean, the whole point of karma is something that comes back around.
Yeah. So it's a lesson. It's a lesson, and it sounds to me like it's a lesson that was agreed upon for her to expand.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just that it's hard. It's hard sometimes because sometimes expansion hurts a little bit.
It does.
Okay, here's another question. It's going back to the traffic thing. What if we just think someone is a moron but don't say it? Does that create bad karma too?
Yes. Yes, obviously you had a little more wisdom than I was showing. And by not saying it, that does mitigate it, to soften the blow a little bit, but it's still energetically it exists.
Yeah.
Thoughts exist.
Because thoughts exist. Yeah, they're alive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do we have any other questions out there? I'm gonna write that down too.
So. Oh, we're only at 8:36. Wow.
Yeah.
So, if we don't have any questions, does anybody have any issues, anything that we could help with? Because Wendy does theta healing, and I have no idea what to call it. I do healing. Is anybody on here that's worked with me? What do you call it? A lot of my clients are like, oh, I try to tell my friends and I don't know what to say. I'm like, yeah, me neither. I have no idea. All I know is it works.
I just say energy healing.
Yeah.
It covers a broad spectrum. When, like I go see you. Yeah, my friend does energy healing. What is that? You'll have to go see her to find out.
Bring Kleenex. No, I have Kleenex everywhere in my house because we work in different places in my space, so I don't know where we're going to be, and so I've got tissue handy.
Be prepared.
Yeah, you gotta have them.
So, girls,
and not that everybody cries, but it happens. So anyway.
So far, we don't have any questions or issues.
Okay. Well, you know what? We could have it a short night. That works too. everybody can go to bed.
Yeah.
At
It's
least
been
I
a long
will.
day. I don't know if everybody's in the same area, but it was nice outside today.
Yes.
Maybe we just all got a lot of fresh air and are ready for bed.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you think of it, everybody pray for my tree. We transplanted this gorgeous flowering tree from my neighbor. She didn't want it. And
Here's a thing. What
okay.
about when ideas pop in our heads that we would not usually think? Sort of like the universe thoughts. How can we offset the karma created by them? Can you be
Are these like
I'm gonna say
loving thoughts, or are
an
they,
example.
wonky thoughts?
Because if they're universal love, they're not gonna be bad.
Right. Yeah. That's
Then you gotta know that that's not really oops, I'm not even typing. That's not coming from somebody that you want to listen to.
right. And sometimes it's your subconscious or your unconscious. And so you can look at that. I know for myself, sometimes I'll be sitting there going, God, what the heck is wrong with you? Why are you thinking? Like the chain of thoughts that goes through my head, I'm like, what the heck is that? I'm like, clearly you need something. So I just know that I need some kind of homeopathic remedy to clear those thoughts. And I just call out energetically. I'm like, give me the one that I need. And poof, it's fine. It goes away. So I've worked a lot with homeopathy, and I've worked a lot with clients with vibrational medicine for many, many years. So it might be a little easier for me, perhaps, but that doesn't mean it can't work for you. Just call out and say, you know what, I'm having some weird thoughts. Maybe I'm having a chemical imbalance or something.
Okay.
And, give me what I need, universe. But if it's a thought that
she just says out of character thoughts.
Yeah, and those are exactly what I'm talking about. Thoughts that just like they don't make any sense. I think that's more of a bubbling up of a learning and a clearing, rather than something that you have to be concerned that there's going to be some kind of cosmic repercussion for.
Okay. There's a couple comments.
I'm sorry, karmic repercussion for. I think I said cosmic, but I meant karmic.
Jane's calling you an intuitive healer, and you Meg to warrior.
Meg to warrior, what?
Yeah. And then she says you need to wait for us to catch up.
Oh.
That would be kind of hard though, because then we'd always be sitting here going do 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 do.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunately, there's the delay, and there's nothing. I mean, we're on Google. This is Google Hangouts. There's just nothing we can do about the delay, unless I want to spend gazillions of dollars on some platform of my own, which is not going to happen.
All right.
I don't have that kind of money.
Jean's wondering if we can heal karmic health problems.
Karmic health problems. What an interesting concept. Hold on. Let's even figure out what that is. So an imbalance in your, health, what we call health problems, are manifestations of an imbalance, usually across multiple fields. Obviously they're manifesting in your physical field, but they usually have their root in some kind of mental, emotional, or spiritual, or combination of those. And an imbalance, I guess you could say that is, so say you were abused or abusive as a child, say. And if that's not cleared and energetically you're carrying that pain, it could very well manifest into physical symptoms. So I suppose you could call that karma. But if you were the victim and then even if you're the victim, then I don't see how you call that karma, because that's, I mean, the lesson would be that we all need to, allow those things to flow away from us. Karmic health problems. So if in simple terms, if I wish a cold on Wendy, then bam, I'm going to get a cold back. I mean, obviously that's a very simple example, but essentially that's kind of what I think she's saying, right?
Yeah. Well, he's got an severe kidney disease,
Okay.
and I think is wondering if that is karma and how you can clear it.
Okay. There's some man older than him, black hair, would have had it looks slicked back. Does that ring a bell for him? Does it ring a bell for you? Whoever you are?
We'll know in a minute. We'll know in a minute.
Yeah. Okay.
Excuse me.
It has to do with when this person was about 13. Hold on, we're working on them. I'm not getting any data. So their urine is their urine very, very yellow? Inside the kidneys, it looks really yellow.
He said that man he could possibly know that person.
Okay. You know, somebody we would have maybe called a greaser, kind of slicked back hair. I don't know. Anyway, something. So what's more important is the 13-year-old thing. And again, it doesn't matter if he remembers what it is. And often people remember it like later. They're like, "Oh my God, I remember what happened." Hold on. Okay, look at me. Whoever this is, look at me, and just look at my eyes. I know they're closed, but just do it anyway. Relax and breathe. These nice deep breaths. Stay with me. Don't look away. They want to run. Okay. You know, because we don't have time to do this fully on here. This is what you're going to do. So what we've just done, I want you to go into the bathroom or someplace with a mirror after we hang up, or tomorrow, or whenever you have time to do this properly. If you might want to be someplace where you can sit down. So if your bathroom is such that if you get weak, you can sit down on the tub or the stool or something. But you're going to be looking in the mirror, looking in your eyes, looking into your own eyes in the mirror. Nice, slow breaths. Look deep, look beyond what you see. And just be 13. And again, you may or may not remember the experience, but the emotion that comes up, allow that to process through. Okay. And after you're done with that, I'd like you to go like lay down somewhere for a little while to just kind of let it finish. Don't like do this, what we just said, and then like go to work or go make dinner. I need you to go lay down then for a little bit. Okay. If you have any questions, email me.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. Anybody else?
Nope, we'll give him a minute though.
Okay.
He did make a comment about the cells in his kidneys have died, and he's got to take medication to keep him going.
Okay. All right. Well, if we don't have any more questions or anything, we can call it a night. Did anybody comment how their experience of the healing was at all?
No.
No. No. Uh-oh. All right. Okay. Wednesday is being happy in your skin suit. And don't Google for images of skin suit. It was pretty disgusting. It did. I just was like, what the heck is this? In my head, I knew what I meant by skin suit, but other people have a different idea of what a skin suit is. Ugh.
Oh, gross.
Anyway, so whatever photo I found to send on the email, oh, goodness. I had some. Anyway, Wednesday is being happy in your skin suit. That means this.
Don't worry.
The skin, the stuff that's on your body.
Yes. Yes. The skin you're in.
Yes, the skin you're in. All right. Good night, everyone. Love and hugs. Think of Lisa in your prayers if you can, if you remember. We love you. Good night.
Night.
And we're